Hey guys, welcome back to the jb.precision YouTube channel. I just want to create this video to build on my last video. My last video was just an introduction to the channel, who I am, what I do. This video idea actually came from a good friend of mine. He talks to me a lot about shooting, and we bounce ideas off each other time for reloading and shooting and hunting. So he gave me the idea of doing a video on all my rifles that I use. I have 3 primary rifles that I'm going to be showing in this channel. They're my precision rifles, hunting rifles. I have other guns, but these are just the ones I'm for now going to be focusing on. And he gave me the idea of introducing you all to these guns. I think it's a great idea because you guys kind of know who I am now. Gave you a little background on what JB Precision is, what my goals are for my YouTube channel and for my Instagram account. And I just really want to introduce you guys to a big part in pretty much everything that I'm about on this channel and my account, and these are my rifles. I'm going to start biggest to smallest, so I just thought you guys would really be interested in this, or you guys might be interested in seeing this, and I think it'd be cool to showcase my rifles right off the bat. I introduced myself, and these are a big part of me, like I said, so let's just get right into it. So the first rifle I have here is my semi-custom 308 Norma Magnum. This rifle was my first semi-custom or custom rifle, however you feel about it. It's got a Remington 700 action. It's had the lugs lapped, and the face of it was trued up to the rest of the action. It has a Bartline Sendero Contour 1-9 twist barrel. It's finished at 28 inches, has 5/8 24 threads. With this custom 3-port baffle brake on here. The guy that made these no longer makes these brakes, but they're similar in design to like a Hawkins or a Holland brake, just a 3-port baffle brake. And I really like this brake. It's really effective on recoil. This cartridge ballistically is very similar to like a 300 Win Mag or 300 WSM. And recoil with this brake and with the 215 burgers at 29-20 feet a second, it's honestly like a 6.5 Creedmoor without a brake. A little more than a 243, but it's not enough to like throw you off target. It might even be less than a 6.5 Creedmoor. I mean, it's pretty soft shooting for as large of a caliber it is. It's just a polished finished barrel, nothing special. The reamer used was just a standard PTG 308 Norma Magnum reamer. I forget the exact specifics on the neck diameter and on the reamer and the free bore, but the free bore in this rifle is very, very nice for the 215 burgers. When I seated the 215 to the rifling, I had about 30 thou of bullet left in the neck before I get to the neck shoulder junction, if that makes sense. So it's throated very well for the 215 burgers. So they fit really well in this rifle, so that's the main bullet I shoot in these. And I just got in the Norma 180 grain Bond Strike bullets that I'm going to be reviewing and doing an article on, and I'll share those in this my YouTube channel as well. But those also fit really well in this chamber. For 180 grain hunting bullet, they do really well. They fit real well in the case. They don't take up too much case capacity. So that's the chambering specs on this. Rest of the rifle, this is a Bell & Carlson M40 stock. DEFCON bedded it, and the action, and a little bit of the barrel. The rest of the barrel is free floated. I love this stock. It's a very nice stock. I can't really complain about it. It's a little heavy, but it came on the original rifle that I tore apart and built this rifle with. This rifle started as a Remington 700 long range and 300 Win Mag. It shot pretty good for a factory rifle. Looking back on it, I was frustrated when I first got it. This was years ago when I got it, and it shot right around 3/4 MOA is the best it would do. But for a factory rifle, that's not terrible. But I wanted better, so I went ahead and got a Bartline barrel and had it fitted to this action, and had the action, like I said, the lugs lapped and the face trued up. Other than that, it's a factory Remington, and I have this. It's a BDL, so it's got a factory Remington BDL, bottom metal and box mag. I do have an upgraded trigger. This is a Trigger Tech Primary. It's set at about 1.5 pounds. It's a straight or flat bar trigger. I absolutely love this trigger, and I plan on getting more of these from other rifles because I have tuned Remington triggers in my other rifles, and I've shot other custom triggers, but this right here is just, this is so nice. The creep, there's no creep at all. There's minimal over travel, and it breaks like glass. I mean, it's amazing, amazing trigger. So I highly recommend this to everybody who wants to upgrade a Remington trigger. It comes with a bolt release on the bottom in the factory position, and it comes with a factory style safety. So everything is normal, like on if you're used to a Remington trigger, except it's not going to give you any failures. It's super easy adjustable with an Allen key right here. Super nice trigger. You can tell I really like it. So next thing will be scope mount. This is a D&Z Tactical one-piece mount. It has 20 MOA built into it. I really like this mount. It's a direct fit. It's super easy to put together. It doesn't have Picatinny, so it's just a one-piece mount. Just the top caps come off the mount, so it's really super sturdy, and everything was machined together, so everything lines up really well. I really like these mounts a lot. The only thing I want to add is they make a cap for the back that has a level built into the cap. I really want to add a level to this rifle. I don't have one now. Haven't run into an issue without using a level, but I just like it for a little reassurance. So this scope on here is a Citron S-Tac 4-20x50 with MOA turrets and MOA 2 reticle. It's a beautiful reticle. It's a floating dot reticle, but it has hash marks and MOA for windage and elevation if you plan to hold over. I like to hold off for my windage, so it's got a really nice reticle for that. It is second focal plane, so if you're a first focal plane guy, this wouldn't be the scope for you. But if you're looking for a budget long-range scope, there's a 30mm tube, wide range of magnification, 50mm objective, nice turrets. These are capped. These caps just thread right off, and it has a nice tall target turret that you can reset to 0. A nice adjustable clicks in here. Beautiful scope. For the money, these are very hard to beat. I recommend anyone looking to get started in the long range, or even someone just looking to upgrade their glass and they're on a budget under $500. This will be the best scope you can pick. They make a 3-16 as well. I shouldn't say best, but it's I put it in the top 5 choices for scopes, even not scopes under $1,000. Beyond that, that's basically the rundown on the rifle. As far as everything I'm thinking of, bedding, I think I mentioned it. This is DEFCON bedded. Barrel's free floated, and I bedded the action, and I bedded about 1.5 inches the barrel though. And it has an aluminum bedding block from Bell & Carlson already, so it's got aluminum pillars, and I just surface glassed over the aluminum block in here just to make sure the action fit perfectly in the stock, fit like a glove, like it should. So other than that, that's pretty much the rundown of this rifle. The 308 Norma Magnum, like I said, it's a great cartridge if you're interested in doing one. It's a super accurate Magnum cartridge. It's an old school cartridge, but it's really looked up. A lot of people look over it, but it gives you 300 Win Mag performance. The casing length is a little bit shorter, so it tends to fit in a box mag with long, heavy bullets a lot better than a Win Mag would. And with Reloader 26 in this rifle with 215 burgers, I'm running a mild load. I mean, I can run a hotter, but I'm running a mild load that's a really nice tight node for velocity and the accuracy, and I'm running 2920 with a 215 burger with Reloader 26, and it hammers. I'll show you guys the targets here in a minute, but it's an amazing rifle. So fun to get behind and shoot. It's my most accurate rifle. For a Magnum cartridge, I'm super impressed. I mean, there are a lot of good Magnum cartridges to pick from, but I gotta give it to a 308 Norma Mag. It's a great cartridge. So with the rifle specs out of the way, if you guys have any questions at all, something I forgot, or you got any questions on this rifle at all, comment down below, or you can message me on Instagram. Again, my Instagram's the same as my YouTube name, jb.precision, all lowercase. So, yeah. So this is my first custom rifle, or some guys call it semi-custom because the action is not actually custom, it's just a Remington action. But yeah, this is my first one, and I'm super happy with it. I got about 300 rounds on this barrel, so not a ton, but most of that's just been tinkering with different loads, and I've shot it out to a mile as far as I actually shot. I had a 4-16 on here, and I hit a MOA size target at a mile, probably about 2 MOA target, I should say, about 36-inch plate. And it took me probably 15 or 20 shots, but I finally hit it. It was just a crappy day. It was rainy, couldn't see impacts, and I wasn't very experienced for shooting long range when I went out there and did that. But yeah, I mean, I'm not saying it's the best rifle for a mile, but it will consistently shoot out to 1,000 yards under MOA. I've shot MOA plates that are 1,000 yards at Thunder Valley Precision, and just rung them shot after shot after shot. It's a super accurate rifle. And as I'll show you some of the groups from 100 yards, it's a tack driver too. I mean, this thing, it's a laser for a Magnum. First couple targets I'm going to show you, this is just some recent targets from testing. I took this target off from another target just to compare where these two groups, these different powder charges, where they hit relatively closest to each other, just for OCW testing, but that's why there's no holes for the paper. I'll show you on the other piece. You can see here where I did take it off, so not trying to fool you guys or something. So that's a 3-shot group. This is a 3-shot group, and this is just 2 shots for fouling, and these ones here, these are also 3 shots, but obviously they're not as tight as these ones. This group here measured right around an 1/8 MOA. I think it was like 145. It's not quite an 1/8 inch, but it's very close. And this one here, I didn't write it on here, but I believe this one was right around 1/4 MOA. These are 3-shot groups, and have some others from more testing. The bottom row is a different rifle, but here's a 3-shot group. This one was around 0.2 MOA, and this one here was a 3-shot group. It was around 0.17 MOA, about 170 thousandths center to center. And these other ones are just from different charge weights. And again, that's that 70.7 load I showed you on our paper that shot that very small group. So these are just recent. And here's an older target I had saved. This is a 5-shot group at 100 yards. All those targets there were shot with Reloader 26 and 215 burgers. This here was shot with Reloader 26 and 208 grain ELD match. Those also shoot really well. The burgers I just find to be more consistent and honestly shoot very well in this rifle. So that's the 308 Norma Magnum. If you guys have any more questions about this rifle in particular, or anything, then let me know. Again, just comment or message me on Instagram. So that's it for this. That's it for this rifle. I'm gonna put this one back in the safe, and I'll get the 284 out next. So stay tuned, guys. Okay, guys, I got the 308 Norma put up, and I want to show you guys my 284 Winchester Norma match. The reason I say that is it was chambered with the reamer. It is called 284 Norma match. It's a specific reamer, a lot different than the original 284 chambering or chamber specs. But I'll get into that in a little bit, a little more detail. But this rifle, this is built on a, again, 700 long action, like my 308 Norma. This action actually is all stock, all original, except the threads were cleaned up a little bit when we rebarreled it, or I had it rebarreled, and the action face was trued up. Other than that, it's a 100% original Remington 700. This rifle started as a 270 Winchester, a Remington 700 ADL, and it was my first year rifle, and I just decided when I started getting more into precision shooting, I really wanted something that was another tack driver. This one's lighter weight than my 308 Norma, so this is my primary hunting rifle for in the woods and a carry rifle. So I went ahead and just upgraded the whole thing. So I'll go over that. I'll start, like I said, it's 700 action. This is a Bartlein barrel. This one is 26 inches. This is a number 3 contour. If I was going to do it again, I'd probably go with a number 2 contour or 2B. This barrel finishes right around .680, I believe, at the muzzle. It's pretty stout for a sporter, bro. I call this a medium sporter. I was looking for, or maybe even a heavy sporter. I was looking for more like a factory Remington contour. This is a little heavier than that, but I still really like the rifle, and I love this rifle actually for hunting. So it's threaded, half inch 28 threads. This is a Hawkins Precision 3-port brake that's been turned down and blended to the barrel. It's done a beautiful job. The stock, this is an ADL. This is actually a special edition ADL stock. I bought it new old stock. I found it on Gunbroker. Not sure when they produced the rifles with this stock, but as soon as I saw this stock, I had to have it. My old rifle had the walnut stock, the original ADL walnut stock, but this barrel contour is a little heavier, and I was going to have to rebed it, so I don't want to have to like cut up that original stock. So I just put the stock in the safe and decided to get this one. And I really like the laminate, and I love the color of it, and checkering pattern on here. So this stock's, I pillar bedded it with aluminum pillars, and DevCon bedded the action, and again about an inch of the barrel channel. Did the recoil log, all that for bedding. And this is the original Remington trigger. It's been tuned. It's tuned around 2.5 pounds. It's not a bad trigger. It has a little bit of creep in it. Brakes pretty decent. I will be upgrading this to a Trigger Tech primary like my 308 Norma. After I shot that trigger, it spoiled me on every trigger, so that's what will be the next thing for this rifle. Scope mounts. These are Hawkins Precision 30mm one-piece scope mounts, or scope rings, I should say. The bottom half of the scope ring is bolted directly to the action, so there's no Picatinny rail or no dovetail mount or anything like that. So I really like this because, again, everything's just solid. There's nothing minimal things to get loose here. You're only talking about the scope rings, are the only thing that you have to worry about, and then the base screws, obviously. But just seems like a solid setup to me, and I really like these rings. The only complaint I would have is they're spaced out pretty far on this long action, so it's tight getting a scope on here. So eye relief wise, you don't have a ton of room to play with. That's my only complaint with these rings. But I like that they have a built-in level on here, so that's a bonus. And I believe this was 10 or 20 MOA in the back. The scope, this is an Athlon Midas HMR 2.5 to 15 by 50. I just put this scope on a few months ago. I had a Vortex HST 4 to 16 by 44 on here. It was a great scope. I just wanted cap turrets for hunting, and this has illuminated reticle. So I think illuminated reticle for hunting is a great idea. You get them early morning shots when it's just daylight out, and if you see something in the shadows, or maybe it's in a thicket, you can turn the MOA or the illuminated reticle on, and you can make a good shot. So I went ahead and got this scope because I wanted the MOA reticle. Has great turrets on here. Tracks great. Can't complain with the scope. It's a great scope. It's another one of them for long range hunting or all around this would be like a multi-purpose rifle, I should say. You can shoot out to 700, 800 yards with it, or you can shoot up close with it. It's a nice pack rifle. I mean, it's not super lightweight, but you can pack it around, take long shots with it, take close shots with it. I think this scope matches very well with being a 2.5 to 15 with the illuminated reticle, with the adjustable turrets, and it has a very nice reticle for again, it has hold off and MOA hash marks, and it has MOA marks for hold off, for windage hold off. So all around, great scope, great rifle in general. To get more into detail on the chamber, like I said earlier, the original 284 was designed for be a short action and a lever action Model 88, or I believe they're also in the Model 100 Winchester semi-automatic. Just a short action cartridge. So it was loaded to 2.8 inches, I believe, SAMI spec. But this chamber here has a 208 thousandths of free bore, and it has tighter neck than SAMI spec. I turn my necks actually on this. I like to have 4 to 5 thousandths clearance on my from my loader rounds to my chamber walls for a hunting rifle. So I turn my necks just a few thou, just clean up. But this was the 284 Norma Max Chamber Reamer. It's designed to use the new Norma 284 brass, but also works great with Peterson 284 brass. I have Norma and Peterson. I'm currently running Peterson in here, and I just have 50 casings, and I've shot this rifle I'd say 300-400 times, and I'm still on the original 50 casings. Haven't lost the primer plug and haven't had an issue with the brass at all. And as far as load, I'm not running a maxed out load at all. I'm running Reloader 23 in the Peterson brass with 175 grain Berger Elite Hunters. They're running about 2840, and they just shoot extremely well right there at that speed. I mean, it's not a Magnum, but it runs right with a 280 Ackley improved, and it's a couple hundred feet a second behind like your 7mm Remington Magnum or a 7 SAUM. About 150 feet a second behind a 7 SAUM and a 26-inch barrel. So I was limited to the standard bolt face, the long action, but it just has a 30-06 or 308 bolt face, and I didn't want to get a new bolt and get in all that, so I just decided to do a 284 with the long throat, with the long free bore for the heavy bullets, and 175s fit perfect with that free bore. I'm 50 thou off the lands, and the bearing surface of the bullet is just at the neck shoulder junction, so you have full case capacity, and you can get a lot of Reloader 23 in that case and make some good speed. So I tried Reloader 26 in this rifle when I first got it, and it just didn't seem to do as well as I was hoping it would. And I also tried 180 ELDs when I first built this rifle, or how to put together and everything, and I just wasn't happy with the performance. So I tested Reloader 23 and then tried 175 Elite Hunters and haven't looked back. It's been very good. Since it's been a 284, I've only taken one deer with this rifle. I shot a doe at 350 or 340 yards. She was quartering to me. I hit her just behind the shoulder. I should have put the shot in the front of the shoulder, but I put it behind the shoulder. And it went through, got one lung, came out middle of her ribs on the other side. She ran about 50-60 yards, fell over dead. Berger did awesome, left about 2.5 inch exit hole. Wasn't a perfect hit, didn't hit any bone going in or out, but I can't complain. It's been a great rifle so far. I've also ground hog hunted with it. I've got a couple ground hogs with it. I like to practice long range and get some shots in during summer, so we're ground hog hunting. Other than that, can't complain about this rifle at all. It's been an awesome hunting rifle. I'm actually tinkering some loads with it right now. My barrel's sped up, and I just haven't fine-tuned my load since the barrel's sped up. So I'm going to be working on that. I might do some videos on that later on. But for now, that's just the gist. I want to show you guys some comparisons here, cartridges. I didn't show you the 308 Norma rounds loaded, but here's a 308 Norma Magnum, 215 Berger, seated 10 thousandths off the rifling. This is a 284 Winchester or Norma match, seated 50 thou off the rifling with a 175 Berger. That's the difference in the cartridges. Kind of get an idea size here, but that's what we're talking about here. Overall length on these are I think they're about 3. I normally go cartridge based ogive. Overall length I think it's like 3.170, so much longer than the Sammy spec, and this is right around 3.540 I think. I have it written down on notes, but I mean, it's not a big deal, but just letting you guys know that. But next is my 243, and I'll get into that rifle and tell you a little bit about it, so stay tuned, guys. Okay guys, this is the 243. This was the rifle that really got me into precision shooting and more into precision reloading. Got me into shooting long range. My 270, I really started, that was one of the first hunting rifles I loaded for. Started messing with shooting long range. But then I got into shooting the 270 far. Decided I wanted to get it more into precision shooting, more into ground hog hunting, varmint hunting. So, after working my first summer at work, when I was a kid, I got this rifle, and it's a Remington 700 ADL varmint. Got the Sendero contour barrel, short action Remington. It's 100% stock as it came, other than scope rings and stuff. I also free floated the barrel, pillar bedded it, and it's been DevCon bedded, just like my other rifles. In the recoil lug, about an inch in the barrel channel, inch and a half in the barrel channel, and some of the action. So it's got the X-Mark Pro trigger. It's tuned about 2.5, 3 pounds. It's not great. Again, this is going to be getting upgraded to a Trigger Tech. It's just an ADL, so it's just ADL trigger guard. The scope, this is a Leopold VX3, 6.5 to 20 by 40. Target, got target turrets, adjustable objective out here. It has a fine duplex with a dot reticle in the center. It's an awesome scope, awesome reticle for target shooting and varmint hunting. These are just Leopold, standard Leopold rings and base. I haven't upgraded these. Everything here is exactly how I put it together. Probably about 6 years ago, I want to say. 7 years ago. It's been, I can't actually remember how many years it's been, but I've had this rifle for a long time. Shot wise, it's probably about 500-600 rounds for the barrel. Still shoots, for a factory rifle, this rifle is always shot well. That's another thing that reminded me. I'll grab the target real quick, just show you guys. Here's one of them I do have. That's 5-shot group at 100 yards. With this rifle, running 70 grain Nosler Armageddons with IMR 4350. My primary load though is an 87 grain VMAX with IMR either IMR 4350 or IMR 4451. I used to shoot tons of 4350, IMR 4350. Then I switched to IMR 4451. Got the same speed, same performance, just a little more temperature stable. So that's the details. Again, around 87 VMAX. This barrel is a 1 and 9 and an 1/8 twist. So I'm really limited to about 90 grain bullets. Some 95s will work, like a partition or a ballistic tip, or more traditional, hunting bullets. So VLDs, 95 VLDs won't work. Stuff like that's not going to work. So I do have plans for this rifle, because this stock, I would love to change this stock out. It's its original stock. It's not great by any means. Still shoots, like I said, shoots very well. It's around 0.6 MOA average, 0.5, half MOA rifle. Between half and 3/4 MOA rifle. Perfect rifle, so can't really complain. I've shot smaller groups, but to average everything up, it's right around that 0.5, 0.6 MOA. But I do want to upgrade trigger, upgrade stock. I plan to rebarrel it in the future. This factory barrel, just for what it is, it just shoots awesome. This is my main groundhog rifle. I don't know how many I've gotten lots of them with it. I think my furthest shot on one is around 480. I want to say 500-ish, somewhere around there. I've had unconfirmed hits. I thought I got some around 700, but not confirmed. But confirmed, I'd say around 500 or so. So 243 is an awesome varmint cartridge. It's even better when you have a 1 and 8 twist, and you can shoot 105s. So not 100% sure what my next chambering will be on this. I have a couple ideas. I'm not gonna ruin it for any of you guys, because I'm not sure how long it's gonna be till I get everything situated and figure out what I'm gonna do. But for now, it's gonna stay like this. So that's 243, nothing special, just plain Jane 700 Remington varmint. You can tell I like Remington interactions, but I've had good luck with them. I can't complain. So yeah, that's the end of this video. I just want to wrap this up, something simple, and I hope you guys like it. Watch it to the end. It's kind of getting long. I didn't realize how long it was until I started this part of the video. But hope you guys enjoy it. If you guys have any questions, comment below. Make sure you like and subscribe. Go check out my Instagram. Again, same name as my YouTube. Follow me there. I'll follow you guys back. Message me. Whatever. You guys have questions. You guys have comments. Whatever it may be, comment on this video or send me a message on Instagram. Hope you guys enjoy. If you guys have any tips, suggestions, stuff you want to see, feel free to message me. Let me know what you guys are looking forward to. I have some ideas that I'm bringing to videos, so just stay tuned. There's going to be more stuff